And we're back with part two, guys. We're still rolling our fantastic chat on Rogue Actions. We're back on time on Monday. It's an anomaly. Enjoy it while we can because it ain't going to last. Thank you so much for joining us. Smash that subscribe button. We hit the 10K last week. It's crazy, crazy stuff live while recording this. It was insane. Thank you so much for being absolutely incredible. Cubs, great to have you with us as well. And we do have TJ in the background who'll join us in a second. How are you, Cubs? What's going on, brother?
Fantastic. Glad to be here. We're in better mood. The last couple weeks we've been in kind of grumpy moods, but I think our mood's improving a bit. That doesn't mean the game's improving. We're just maybe accepting things a little bit more.
I think we have no choice. The game's there, and it is what it is, and we're going to have to run with it and certainly adapt as required. But, of course, our boy Cubs right now, guys, is actually raising money for the Trevor Project. Of course, it is Pride Month. So, guys, the link will be below in this video as well. Our boy Cubs is going to DM me the link. I'm going to put it in the description below, certainly. Can you explain to those that don't know the Trevor Project, please, Cubs, quickly, if you don't mind, brother?
Yeah, you bet. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a real passionate ally of the LGBTQ plus community, and a big reason for that is because without affirming support, the suicide rate amongst queer youth is really devastating to look at. The Trevor Project is a wonderful organization that directly combats that with round-the-clock suicide prevention resources and crisis intervention resources, including being able to reach a counselor 24/7 for free, which in my mind is some of the best work that you could possibly do. And so, there's thanks for allowing us to pimp that here on your side 100%. Of the video, Heinze. Link down below. It's the money goes straight to the Trevor Project.
Get straight in there, guys. Absolutely. Links there. Get your wallets out. Get in there. Support a fantastic cause because you know what? Life's too short. Give those people some help that help other people. That's what it's all about. So make sure you do that. Link will be below in the chat. If it isn't, you can kick me in the backside later on, straight up. So let's get to it. Let's get down. We've got a couple of topics to cover. Before we go any further, hello, TJ. TJ's joining us as well. Hello, mate. He's going to change out the camera with me. How are you, buddy?
Yo, hey, how you doing it?
Great to have you here as always, my friend. We've got some really, really cool topics to talk about. And Cubs, I'm going to start with you, mate, if we can ask the first question, if we can. Of course, we do have the Inquisitors done now. They're in the game. We have Great Inquisitor unlocked. We have all the other ones. We have Ninth Sister, Seventh Sister, Eighth Brother, Seventh Sister, Ninth Sister as well. They're all there. We have Grand Inquisitor as well. We have more Inquisitors than we can fill a full squad at this point in time. But we have them in the game. They've been pushing this for months and months and months.
How are you feeling about that Inquisitor cocktail, man? Do you feel sufficiently like they have rammed that down your throat?
Oh, mate, I tell you, I've never seen a faction pushed so hard in this game ever. Like, I just have not seen it. There's been a massive, massive push, which, again, leads me to the question that we're going to ask today. Now the Inquisitors are ticked off, the box is ticked, they're all in the game and they're all done. We have no idea what's next. Cubs, hit me with it, mate. What are we going to expect next in the game? What's the next phase that we're going to be rolling with right now going forward, now the Inquisitors are done?
We're getting a GL next, I think.
Straight up?
GL? I think that's the next announcement, and I think that the Inquisitors, including the Grand Inquisitor, will all be required for that GL, whoever it is.
Oh, interesting. Well, this is the thing. I mean, if they follow the requirements, what type of gel is it going to be? I mean, we know, of course, thanks to the little leak that we think we saw, we think that there's probably going to be a Revan included in it. Would the Inquisitors be a requirement for a Revan GL? I mean, that just kind of doesn't make sense too much.
I don't think it's going to be a Revan GL. I mean, it could be. I could be wrong. But I'm so the stars that I'm reading is less what GL makes sense right now. With that kind of thing, but more just what characters have they been releasing, and whatever characters they're going to be releasing, those are the characters that are probably going to be needed for the GL because that's where the biggest bang for their buck is going to be. And so I think all the Inquisitors will likely be used for whoever that GL will be.
Interesting. TJ, your thoughts, mate? What's coming next, brother? Inquisitors are done. What's happening next? What's your plans? What are you thinking?
If they're going to do it, I'm going to counter Cubs' point. I still think it's a GL. I think he's right, but I think it's break in case of emergency. So because of what they've done with the steps going off with Datacron, Grand Inquisitor, the Inquisitors, the whole thing, right? The whole year, the way it's been, I think they need to break in case of emergency to actually come back with the ROI. So return on investment. And it's still about stocks and what it's going to be doing for that investment because the shareholders are what are going to call the shots. So I think it's going to be something like Revan Reborn. So if I had to guess, that's what I think.
I hope you're right.
I just
Don't get me
do.
wrong.
It just doesn't make any sense. Oh, I know, but it's like they need that break in case of emergency right now, and that's where they're at. I think they are holding firmly on that. So I think that's what we're going to see.
My question to you then, boys, and I'll ask Cubs first, and I'll come back to TJ, is, of course, that we had Admiral Radis released not that long ago.
Right.
Okay, he's now in the game, and he's down the Rebel path, and I can already see it in chat. It's already there in your chat right now, Cubs. I mean, we're going down the Rebel direction. We're still waiting for Red 5. We've been waiting a long time for this. Is that even a possibility? Because we know ships need a huge amount of love. They really do.
Oh.
It's horrible. Ships are trash. They still need some love and they need some affection. Is Red 5 on the horizon sooner rather than later, maybe? Or what do you think?
Definitely. The writing's on the wall for Red 5. I should be clear. When I say I think a GL's next, that doesn't mean I think it's a GL and not Red 5. I think both are inbound. I just think that the next big thing is a GL. Some people, I mean, obviously you could probably consider Red 5 a big thing as well. So yeah, I would say both.
I like it. TJ, we're on the same path, mate. You thinking the same thing, or anything to add there, brother?
I think it stands to reason that they're going to do it. How long has the executive been in the game now? So based out off of it, but that's what I mean. We're due for the counter, right? We're due for that, and because he just came out, and what is it? The Profundity, I believe that's the name of the ship. I watch that be the counter, and the tie-in is going to be Red 5.
I like it.
And with Outrider, I say with the tie-in with Outrider, right? Because the kit from Radis matches the Outrider kit.
Yeah. It's really, really interesting. I think that we need Red 5. We need, you know what? I actually don't care if it's Red 5 or not. I just want an executor counter. I really don't care what the shell is to make that happen. We just need an executor counter. Like, I'm craving it. We need that badly because, we're using First Order, and we did it before, and it was, pretty, sketchy, but we got it done. It's a bit of a coin toss. And I just think that, it's just really, really rough. And I think that if we had another executor counter out there that is more stable, what we call a hard counter, I think that certainly would alleviate the stress when it comes to ships a little bit, wouldn't it, Cubs?
Yeah, but the problem with ships, though, Heinze, is they just move at a snail's pace with anything that they do with ships, right? So, like, we got Radis, we got, a couple Rebel ships, but I can just see it being like, all right, then we get Red 5 in January 2023.
Yeah.
I hope not, but they seem to just go so slow with all things ships.
I like it in chat. Bring Red 5 in and Porkins as well, and there's your executor counter.
Dude,
I'm
Porkins
down.
would be easy money.
It is. I would wail like a mother. Just do it. Just make it happen. Straight up. Instant, immediate. TJ, anything to add there, mate? Any ideas with that? Well, we just need executive, don't we?
Well, you just said it, right? This is a free-to-play game, and it's a gacha game. They've already created a problem that everybody has, right? Mm-hmm. And then what everybody says is, can it get worse? And then it gets worse. And it's like, I can't believe it got worse. And then, so they're going to sell you the solution to your problem. They're going to sell you the Profundity to be the solution. And yes, I would still think it would tie Red 5 because it would bring in Biggs and Wedge, right? You have 2 tanks. So technically you could split the wall when it comes to the Rebels, right? And you get the bros back together. So Wedge and that with Farm Boy Luke, we'll say. Something that needs to be leveled up to make that pilot. So there goes some money right there for him.
Yeah.
And that tie-in on those the boys back together again. I think that's what they're going to do.
Fair enough. Let us know in the comments below, guys, what you guys think. Let us know. Are we on the right track? Is there something else that we're missing here that you would like? Or is there anything that we haven't discussed? Let us know what you think's coming next to the game. It's really, really important because we do check. We keep an eye on your comments and your thoughts. So please pop it in there. All right, let's move on to the next one. And look, this is something that I have no joy in talking about. It's not ideal. It really is horrible, but it's something that needs to be done because we've been talking about it for a heck of a long time. And honestly, all has happened. So let's cover it again. What do we need to do, Cubs? Talk to me. What needs to be done to fix this gear BS that we're putting up with these days? Because it is a problem. Everybody has it. It doesn't matter if it's a 10 mil account or a 2 mil account. Everyone has this issue. It's game wide, and it's something that needs to be addressed. Cubs, talk to me, mate. What can we do to make this a little bit better? Because it's a problem.
Well, we could do what we said we were going to do and release the second part of the State of the Galaxy.
That's a start. But what do you want in it? What needs to be done? Like, what do we need put in there that's going to make life easier for everyone?
Something that I would love to see is kind of what they did with the shards, where they just doubled the drop rate on the legacy shards on people who, characters that have been in the game for over a year. Why not do the same thing with gear? Maybe you don't do it with Chirotex, right? I think that but why not? Why not just increase that drop rate on the farmable gear?
Yeah. So, stuff like your Carbontes, your stun guns, your cuffs, all that sort of stuff that we've had in since the start.
And
double drop rates.
Another big one is increasing the availability of fully crafted gear. It is so rare to get a fully crafted piece of valuable Gear 12 gear. It just almost never happens.
They're saying in chat, and I agree. If you had like an event, like you do a raid or whatever else, or whatever it is, and you knew you were going to get a guaranteed fully crafted gear piece,
I would participate in every raid.
Yeah, I would feel better about that, and we'd be more interactive in those sorts of events, wouldn't we? Instead of just hitting the join button, which is what we do. TJ, are we on the right track, bro? Talk to me. Let me know. What are you thinking? Is there anything else that can be done? Are we on the right track, or any other thoughts?
So there's a couple ways to go about it, right? One, why can't they do something simple like sell you a solution of you're here, you want to buy this, you can buy it to Gear 12. Buy somebody to Gear 12 and then do the relic. So there's a piece right there that's out of the puzzle, right? Why do we have to get to 7-star and then throw all this gear on? And I agree, there's no whole pieces in the game anywhere. If you get super lucky, that's like getting a 330 drop for you to get a whole piece of anything from this game. But I mean, why can't they add more everywhere? Why I don't know. It's beating a dead horse, but because it's like the same thing. It's like, where's my ship loadouts? Why can't I do a ship load, guys?
That doesn't work here. Only money.
Yeah. Right. It's like, no, only money. That's it. Just
increase drop rates will do fine. No, they won't. Increase drop rates will do fine. No, they won't.
Yeah.
You think your free-to-play garbage will work on me? I'm a dev, only money.
Yeah, all of these are good ideas. I don't think there's been a bad idea in the game. It's not like we were asking them to give us the pieces or give us like the whole thing or something like that. Just give a heart is basically what it is. How can we not continue to push this way? How can it still be the same? I should not be in any kind of Carbante crunch. I'm sorry. Nobody should be in a Carbante crunch. Nobody should have problems with Carbantes.
Dude, I've been in a Carbante crunch since I only had one child.
Yeah,
my daughter is turning 5 this year.
It's literally, it could be older than someone's kids with the same problem.
Yeah, it's crazy. It really is. Let us know, guys. Comments below. What do we need to do? What needs to be fixed? What about even doing a marquee event and it unlocks a 7-star? Would that be enough to help us? I mean, is that because when you unlock it 2 and 3, and then you got to grind all the way to 7, and then you start adding your goodies on, that drives me mad. Would a 7-star unlock help for marquees?
I mean, to a degree, I think it would, but I also feel like the star grind is not what bothers me.
Yeah, but if it was a little bit more challenging in those events, instead of pretty easy to roll through, if it was more challenging, but you get a 7-star unlock at the end, kind of like a mini legendary, I'd be more comfortable in that than trying to grind stars for 7 drop rates.
I mean, I would love to drop the star grind. That would be great.
Yeah,
that'd be great. But to me, the star grind is not nearly as big of a problem as the gear crunch.
Oh, no, I'm not discounting that. I'm not saying the gear isn't a problem. I'm just thinking of other ways as well that would make life easier. Right. But anyway, let us know in the comments.
It would make life easier, but it does not address the gear crunch.
No, I never said it did. Straight up. Let us know in the comments below what you guys think.
We're on the gear crunch topic, Heinzie.
Hey, this is my video. I'll do whatever the I want. We'll talk about it. All right, Cubs, let's get it down to a viewer's choice question, mate. Last one today. I'm going to ask both of you guys, and this one actually is a really, really important question. It's been a while since I've asked a really, really serious question.
I feel like it's not going to be serious at all.
No, I'm actually, for a change, I'm not sugarcoating this. This is a serious one. So straight up, don't forget, guys, of course, all the questions, Rogue Actions questions, there's a channel in our server. The link is down there, the Linktree link, which will take you straight to our Discord server. Jump in there and Rogue Actions questions, put your questions in and we take them from there. This is a serious question because this is affecting quite a few guilds right now. FN2187 is asking this question, and the question is this: Datacrons have arrived, gentlemen, and my guild has made the hard decision to disband because of it. There are other issues in the guild, but Datacrons were the final nail in the coffin. What advice do you have for people in this situation at the moment when their guilds are disbanding?
I mean, it sucks. There is no advice. Like the only solution, if your guild isn't going to stay together, is find a guild that matches your play style. And this has been my advice for a long time for people who play this game. I think there's a lot of people who stay in a guild that they shouldn't stay in, that isn't matching their play style. I actually left my guild recently, not because I had a problem with the guild. I actually like Viva La Porte, man. Like, I love my guild so much. But I could not keep up with them because I'm so burnt out right now. I just needed to pull back. I needed to take a break. And so I went to my guild leaders and I said, hey, I just need a break. I need to leave for a little bit. And they found me a new home that's a lot more chill. It wasn't matching me. And you may see that in the exact opposite terms. You may see a guild that's either disbanding or on the verge of disbanding. You know what? If you're in a committed place where you're playing this game all out, you deserve to be in a guild that matches your play style. And so it's just, I think sometimes, look, the best part of this game is the community, but sometimes we get a little too attached to a guild, and sometimes you do need to part ways with your guild.
Yeah. TJ, anything to add there as well, mate?
I think, Han, I think Cubs nails it basically on what it is, right? I think it's all going to be where it's at equally. So if you're at the heavier side and you're going to get sweaty and you're going to do that, place yourself accordingly. If you need to step back, and if you're in a great community that has the levels, and you say, I can get the 600 tickets, but I can't do anything else, or 600 tickets may be optional. I may get to be in, may not, but you don't want to quit yet, then suit yourself accordingly. I don't see how there's another solution, because what's going to happen is the what's next is still going to get a guild. If a guild is falling apart and this is the piece, was it really the piece, or was it already there at the point of going to be falling apart? And they're just not going to try anymore. So there's different layers to that. I think Cubs nailed it exactly with where it's at.
Straight up. There you go, guys. You heard it straight. That's the situation at the moment. It is a problem. It happened as well when Relics came out. It was an inherent problem. It's nothing new. It's never much fun. So anyone really going up against it today, we're feeling for you guys. We really do. But one thing I found is that if you guys, about 12 months ago, I actually moved from a community to another community. And my personal opinion is that is, for me and my game at the time and my mindset, that was one of the best things I could have ever done.
Wait, did you move away from ANZGC?
I moved a year ago, mate. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've been in Shadowlands for over a year now. And
oh my gosh, how did I not know that?
Yeah, I'm in Vanguard at the moment, and
so you're hardcore.
Well, yeah, and I'm absolutely loving the challenge.
I used to be in Vanguard. It's such a great guild.
Yeah, I've reignited the fire. For me personally, I've certainly really had to step my game up, but I've really enjoyed that challenge because I felt that it was time for me to do something different. I really needed to do that. And for me, whilst I love all my ANZGC boys, make no mistake, Shadowlands has been something that's really given me a new lease on life in this game. And I certainly am absolutely thrilled and I'm really happy with
don't hold it against people if they need to leave, guys. I had a little bit of that once when I left a community that I helped found. Not everybody, but there were some people who had really hard feelings, and that was really hard on me because I genuinely cared so much about those people.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, without ANZGC, I wouldn't even be streaming right now. I wouldn't have been making videos.
That's me with my community,
Correct. So they never leave you, and we love you guys, and we love everyone. We always have, and that'll never change. So I'm loving where I'm at. I'm in a good place right now. I'm hanging out with big flex boy TJ as well, which is crazy. He's absolute loose unit, making me look ordinary.
TJ, are you in Vanguard?
Yeah, man. I was actually, I think you were there one time when they just brought out the Sith raid. So Shatterpoint. So I used to be in Shatterpoint back in the day.
Dude, right on. Yeah,
I've only been in really 3 guilds.
Probably the peak of my Galaxy of Heroes fun was when I was in Vanguard. I had so much fun with those guys. And I just ultimately it got to a point that I just couldn't keep up anymore.
And I'm the opposite way, right? I was in Shatterpoint for years, but we're getting to a point where I was complaining about the same thing. And if I'm the only one making the complaint, then either I'm the problem, so I need to come up with a solution. Right. I'm still friends with all of them or anybody like that. You have to take into the point, yes, the community is awesome, but it's still your game, right?
Right.
It's still a game you're supposed to enjoy to play. So you need to play it at your level. If the levels change all the time, so if you can't match up with where you're at, you shouldn't hold that personally to somebody who's just saying, look, I want to play harder, I want to play lighter, because that shouldn't change your relationship with that person.
Right.
Let us know in the comments below what you guys think, and any other tips for people as well that are in that same position. We are feeling for you. It's not a great place to be, and a lot of people have been there over a long, long time. You're not alone, and there's plenty of options out there. There's plenty of guilds. There's Discord servers full of recruiting servers, of course. Our boy Hellenix as well, Absolute Superstar, runs a fantastic server for people looking for new guilds or guild mergers as well. If you've got people that you're struggling with filling right now because recruiting is really tough, there are options in there as well that you could actually rebrand your guild and get some new plays in there and revitalize as well. So there's a lot of options. You're not on your own. Don't stress. Look into it and see what the options are. It'd be fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Thank you, TJ, for being absolutely swole AF, making me look ordinary like a big fat unit that I am in the corner. It's great to have you here, mate. Thank you so much. And, of course, Cubs with hair. Between the two of these guys, what the hell am I doing here? Seriously. One's got the hair, one's got the muscles, and I've got nothing else. This is BS. See you next week. Love you guys. We'll try and make it for Monday. Bye.